Two notes. So yeah, like I said, scale compares the actual size of an object to the size of its diagram. It can be shown as a ratio, a fraction, and a percent. So how about this? If I tell you, Marky, you get this wrong, it's okay. If I tell you that it's a 5-to-1 ratio, what's the percent? Like, what's the growth percent? It's okay if you don't know. Does anybody know? 500%. So that's just, if you're going anything bigger than 100% is 1, right? So anything bigger than 100 is going to be a magnification. If I said it was 5%, that'd be a reduction, right? It'd be something smaller, which you can have something get smaller. A scale of 5 doesn't mean always bigger. Okay, you can have scale. So what is needed? Correct. That would mean that you're bigger. So like, for example, right, exactly. So, or if you do, let's say you make a huge cat or something that's kind of small, but you make a magnified thing of it, you made the bigger thing, so you actually, right. So it's actually smaller. Right. And technically that would be 1 to 75, because that's smaller, right? Okay. Okay. So guys, listen. So in general, 100% is your line of full, or your line of the exactly the same. So if it's 1-to-1, that means you didn't change anything, right? Which is common sense, I hope. But if you want to make it smaller, you do less than 1. So I want to do a 1/3, 1-to-3. Okay? If I want something bigger, you do bigger than 1. It could be 5, it could be 10, it could be 2, just as long as it's bigger than 1. Okay, good? All right. Scale diagram. A drawing that has the same proportions as an actual object can be smaller or larger than the actual object. The scale diagram of a skateboard has a scale of 1 to 14. What's the actual length of the skateboard? So to find the actual length, you would just times 5.5 times 14. That would give you the actual length of the skateboard. Okay, so we just would go 5.5, 77. Thank you. So 77 centimeters is the actual length. So it could be one of those thumb boards, maybe. Those finger ones. Okay, good. The scale for the diagram for the Chinook salmon is 1 to 9.2. Calculate the actual length of the salmon. Okay, so scale, diagram measurement. So they're just kind of showing you how this works mathematically. So 1 to 9.2, 5 to A. So what that means is we know it's a scale of 1 to 9.2. And so I'm essentially going to cross multiply. Okay, and that's what's going to get me the 9.2 times the 5. See, if I cross multiply here, the 9.2 hits the 5, which you understand you're going to do anyways. To figure out if it's 1 to 9.2, you're going to go 9.2 times 5, which you guys get. Okay, that's how we'll figure out A. Okay, so 5 times 9.2, so it's 45, 47. Is that right? No. What's 9.2 times 5? 46. It's 46. Okay, so 46 centimeters is the actual length of the salmon. Okay, one more page. Call it a day. Above the A. Oh, here? That is... Okay, guys, we had a question. Shh, we had a question. Guys, shh. Okay, up here, I believe, is the... Are they doing... Yeah, I think it's the 5, yeah. Which I don't really like it like that, to be honest. I like putting the 5 here, and then we know we're going to cross multiply to get A. Okay, hey, Stu. Okay, shh. We're almost done. Okay, so example 2, the diameter of the actual Canadian quarter is 23.88 millimeters. Calculate the scale factor used to create the diagram of the quarter. Okay, round the nearest tenth. So I think they're actually making us, like, they want us to measure that. Okay, so let's get a ruler here real quick. So I'm going to have to measure on their paper. I can't measure on the projector. That won't be right. Want to measure that for me? How wide is that quarter in like millimeters? In millimeters, the tick's on the centimeter side.
This way?
Yeah. Like what, 15?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got 15. So if this is 15, then to figure out the scale factor, we would go, this is the important part that's confusing. Would I go 23.88 divided by 15 or 15 divided by 23.88? So then my second question would be, are we expecting a number bigger than 1 or smaller than 1? Right, because they want to know the scale factor used to create the diagram of the quarter. So actually, it's going to be smaller. To create the diagram, it got smaller than the quarter. This is bigger. 23.8 is bigger than 15, right? So then we want to do this. Like that. And it's what? About 75 points, probably 75%? Or what is that? Somebody calculate that for me.
23.88.
15 divided by 23.88, yeah.
0.628.
Okay, 0.6628. Okay. So what that means is a percent, that's a 62.8% scale factor, so it's a reduction, okay? Or 0.628 is fine, or you can use the fraction of that, which if it is a fraction, it's probably not going to be a whole fraction, but that's essentially the scale factor there. Yeah. Sure. So it's about the wording. So it says calculate the scale factor used to create the diagram of the quarter. Well, the diagram of the quarter is this guy. And when I measured that, it's 15 millimeters. So that means we went from a quarter that's 23.88 to the diagram that's 15. So we made it smaller. So to make it smaller, we need it to be the 15 divided by the 23.88 to figure out the factor. 23.8 is the set number. 15 is the one we changed it to. And so therefore, it was a reduction of 0.628. Does that make sense? So like if it said, if it said, calculate the scale factor used to, calculate the scale factor used to determine the actual Canadian quarter length, then it would be flipped. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so if you're trying to find like the ratio, you divide the bigger number by the smaller number.
Yeah, but it's about how they set it, because they want to know the scale factor used to create the smaller one.
Oh.
Since we're creating the smaller one, it's a smaller ratio. So this is about the wording. Now, if it just says find the scale factor, technically, then you can kind of choose.
So we could do like 1.3 or whatever.
Right, yeah, if you flipped it, then that would be the scale factor from going from the smaller to the big. And as long as you state that, you're fine. If you say the scale factor from the diagram to the actual quarter is 1.5, you're okay. But this one says it wants to know the factor to create the diagram. Okay, is that good?
Thank you.
All right. Last one here. Okay, so the flying distance from Dawson City to Whitehorse is 540 kilometers. The distance on the map is 3 centimeters. Find the scale of the map. So that means for every 3 centimeters is 540 kilometers. So then to figure out for what every 1 centimeters is, we divide those. And what is that? So what's 540 divided by 3? 180? So for every centimeter is 180 kilometers on the map. You just found the scale factor. So this like right here, Tor and Nolan, it is 3, 3. Okay, what is the scale factor? Use your answer from part A. 1 kilometer is 1,000 centimeters. So okay, so we're going far. Okay, so then we'd have to add 2 zeros, won't we? 2. 180 million? Say that again. So if it says 1 kilometer is 100,000 centimeters, 180 kilometers is 180 million. 18? Oh, I got 1 extra 0. Thanks. Are you guys sure it's 18?
I thought it was
So 1 kilometer is 100,000. 180. Yeah, but you have the 8 as well. I'm pretty sure it's. Pretty sure it's 180 million, guys. Yeah, it was like.
Well, it'd be 180.
80 times 100,000 is 18 million. You can come
Is
get
it?
another
Okay.
calculator.
All right, I'll believe you. Just trying to figure out what I'm missing here. Add 5 zeros. Add 5 zeros, but the 8 is another place.
You can just multiply this.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine.
15, 20.
That's weird. I'm not sure why I'm having a mental block there. Okay, so 1 centimeter on the map represents of actual distance. Okay. Oh, I see what they're doing. So they're saying if 1 centimeter is 180 kilometers, how much is 180 kilometers? It's that much actual distance. So it's pretty much giving you a ratio of centimeter to centimeter. So that means 1 centimeter on the map represents 100 or 18 mil centimeters of actual distance. So scale factor is 1 to 100 or to 18 mil. That's an interesting way of looking at it. Just keeping everything in centimeters.
Isn't 180 kilometers equal to 18 million centimeters? So why would 1 centimeter equal to
1 centimeter is because, dang it. So we said 1 centimeter is 180 kilometers, right? 180 kilometers, yeah. So 1 centimeter represents 180 kilometers. 180 kilometers has this many centimeters in it. Yeah. I actually got that one right. I'm rusty today. Took a day off. Yeah. Okay. 1 day off, yeah.